So maybe you've been following WikiLeaks release of the John Podesta emails. John Podesta is the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton. And one of the stories that came out is this. This was covered by Politico, that Chelsea Clinton, she flagged serious concerns about the Clinton Foundation's conflict. So a lot of people have been saying that the Clinton Foundation, like, oh, you give me $100 million donation. I set you up with an arms dealer, and maybe we'll get you some uranium. Maybe we'll get this. Maybe you can sit on a board. Maybe. So there was some pay to play. Like people would give the foundation money, and then they would get favors, and they would get introduced to people, so it got to be not ethical. It looked bad. And Chelsea Clinton, she wanted to stay away from that stuff. In fact, it says Chelsea Clinton flagged serious concerns about her father's closest aides trying to cash in by using the former president's name to gain access to government officials on behalf of paying clients. So you follow that, right?
Is that business as usual?
Sounds like business as usual. And Chelsea Clinton, who just got out of college, was like, hey, I think they talked with me about this. This is unethical.
Is this a conflict?
You're not supposed to do this, right? The emails, which were disseminated by WikiLeaks, reveal bitter tensions within the Clintons' inner circle that were inflamed when Chelsea Clinton tried to put an end to practices that blurred the lines between the foundation, governments, and a consulting firm called Teneo that paid Bill Clinton. So Chelsea's like, hey, what the F? And Clinton initiated a 2011, Chelsea initiated a 2011 audit by the New York law firm Simpson Thacher, focusing partly on, quote, potential conflicts of interests.
Good for her.
So she decided, hey, let's clean up this organization from top to bottom. Let's bring in a third party to look at it and make sure we don't have any conflicts. So what exactly people are saying today doesn't happen. What they actually did has still happened.
And this is with the understanding who her parents are.
Yes. The firm conducted 38 interviews with employees and officials inside the Clinton Foundation, explaining in a Simpson Thacher document released by WikiLeaks on Tuesday that, quote, many interviewees were unaware of the foundation's policies related to conflicts of interests and outside employment. We didn't know you couldn't do that. No, in fact, nobody at the Clinton Foundation, nobody knew we couldn't do this stuff. And it just so happens that doing this stuff benefits every single one of us personally. Oh, and it turns out, but we didn't know. You know, the smartest, most highest paid from Ivy League schools in the world. We didn't know about our policies. We didn't know. It takes Chelsea Clinton to go in there and straighten these MFers up. But Band, who was a close aide to Bill Clinton and a bigwig at the Clinton Foundation, this guy named Band, complained to Bill Clinton that his daughter's efforts to implement conflict of interest rules were actually a thinly veiled effort to push him out and take over. Yeah, she says that's what Bernie did, right? So when Bernie showed up, people like, hey, this guy wants to take over and push us out and stop our money train. We got to get rid of that guy at all costs. And that's what sounds like he's saying about Chelsea. Hey, I know she wants to get rid of conflict of interest, but I really think she wants to get rid of us. You know, the people who are employing conflict of interests. In response, Band blasted Chelsea behind her back as, quote, an irrational ingrate who runs to daddy to change a decision or interject herself in the process. That's what he said in an email.
So great. He sounds great.
He sounds great, doesn't he? She's an irrational ingrate. Irrational. Irrational, you mean by hiring a firm to make sure there's no conflicts of interest inside the government, inside the Clinton Foundation? That's so irrational and ingrating.
I think ungrateful, I think is what you.
What's that?
I think you were looking for ungrateful.
No, because it said she's an ingrate. I was making a play on that word. I was mispronouncing that word on purpose. She's very ingrate-y. That's
Yeah,
what I
okay,
meant.
there you go.
That's what I
Okay.
meant. Yeah. In fact, he goes on, says she is acting like a spoiled brat kid who has nothing else to do but creates issues to justify what she's doing because she, as she has said, hasn't found her way and has a lack of focus in her life. Sounds a lot of the same kind of unsubstantiated character smears that they did on Bernie Sanders. This guy doesn't know how to do anything. He's pie in the sky. He's got these big... He doesn't know how Congress works. He can't get in. This guy's fairy dust. It sounds like what... This he's cranky. He never worked well with others. He never been as a Democrat. It's very similar kind of smearing. Very nothing to it.
No, it isn't.
You don't think?
No, you're just... You can go...
It's the same vein of...
No.
She has a...
reaching. You're reaching.
Well,
I understand what you're trying to do, but you're reaching.
So
this is shitty, and what happened to Bernie Sanders is shitty.
I can't put them together?
But they're not the same thing, dude. This is...
But what I'm saying is, like, he can't attack her on the issue of trying to get conflicts of interest out of the organization. So what does he do? He smears her.
Right.
They couldn't attack Bernie on his policies, so what did they do? They smeared him. They said he was a sexist. They said he was a misogynist. They said he was cranky. They said he was mean to his interns. They said he didn't work well with others. They said he was a Johnny-come-lately. All this. He's hijacking the Democratic base. But not about the issue, and that's what I'm saying. So it's similar in that respect that this guy doesn't attack Chelsea Clinton on the issue, but he attacks her character and smears her. Tries to and that's how they smeared Bernie supporters too. They're just ingrate kids. They don't know what they're doing. They're living in their mom's basement. They blah 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 blah, and they're spoiled and petulant. This sounds like all that stuff that they said about Bernie Sanders supporters. So I take your point. I'm not going to cut it out of the clip. Glenn Kaplan, a spokesman for the Hillary Clinton campaign, this is my favorite, decided to answer questions about the dispute over Teneo, instead alleging that the hack was the work of Russia and intended to help Donald Trump become president of the United States.
Nice spin.
There you go. It's Russia. This is Russia. It's more of this McCarthyism, Red Scare, this whatever, because they're not communists anymore, but it's still, they're pressing that button to help Donald Trump become Russia. This guy contended in a January 2012 email to Podesta, Mills, and a family friend, Terry McAuliffe, who is now the governor of Virginia, that Chelsea Clinton was courting trouble by openly telling people outside the foundation, quote, that she is conducting an internal investigation of money within the foundation. So he's saying she's going out telling people outside that she's trying to clean things up in the inside.
She's telling people our business. I don't like that. Don't tell people our business.
Don't tell people outside the family our business, Chelsea. Don't ever. Who's being naive, Kay?
This guy sounds like such a fucking piece of shit.
So it goes on, Robert. According to Band's email, which was released Tuesday, Clinton relayed this to, quote, one of the Bush 43 kids. Chelsea told one of the Bush's kids that she was trying to clean up the money inside the Clinton Foundation, who then told an operative within the Republican Party, ... not smart. See, Hillary Clinton, she's can't be trusted. She's, again, not the issue. The issue she's right about. But look at all this other stuff she's doing. That's so you can't trust her. What do you think about that? So there you go. She's trying to get money out.
I think you just ruined a perfectly good article about a shitty human being. We could have all had a good time talking about what a terrible person this guy banned, and you had to try to broaden your thesis, and you ruined our fun.
I still enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I totally enjoyed it.
That's me. I know she's biased. She's going to say that. Frank, did you enjoy it?
Time of my life.
I think they're lying just to appease you because you're angry, Dad. That's why they're being nice to you.
Okay. Go to bed!